Ratty. Daddy do. Ratty daddy, don't you take my skateboard too. Hey dude, method that aerial right now. Give me 5 sex changes right there. Okay, twist, muck, twist, eggplant. How about that, Jeff on air? And I said, hey dude, method that aerial right now. I'm talking to you. I ain't kidding, Betty. Man's gotta get it. Gotta get it too.
Welcome, everyone. This episode, we've got Dave Gura. He's in Indiana, and he's putting together a pretty cool upcoming event, the Thrash Bash. So we wanted to get Dave on here to talk about his event and what to expect. Thrashing sounds like a perfect idea to mix some skateboarding and some old school together. It's got a cool venue. So anyhow, listen to this, and then towards the end, things devolve. We talk about the best butt in magic art, and you might want to skip some of the stuff at the end. Gets a little long, but man, it was a good time. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Evan Hand OG. I don't know your real name.
My name is Dave. Yeah, my name is Dave Gura.
Dave, cool, great meeting you, dude.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you, man.
I've talked to you on Instagram. I'm Legendary Creature on Instagram, so we've talked.
Right. Oh yeah.
Sweet,
we
dude.
definitely been talking about some tech. All right. Yeah. Nice to meet all you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, dude. We have all been.
Steven's in some weird part of the country or something. Probably he's all over the place. I don't know where he's at.
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana, that ain't too bad.
Wild. Okay.
You in South Bend, you can go to Dave's house, hang out.
I think I'm close, like an hour maybe. I'm in Noblesville.
Okay. Yeah. That's a little more like kind of on the way to Indianapolis. Yeah. Probably about that. Probably about like 1.5 or so.
Yeah, I was just trying to map it here to see. It seemed closer until you said, like, it's like 4.5 hours maybe. That's a long drive.
Yeah, we're about like 10 minutes from Michigan, about 1.5 hours from Chicago. So it's like really at the top of the state. They call it South Bend because it's the south bend of the river, but the river, goes up.
Yeah, I've been up there. We do some work with like Wellpet or whatever up there. So I've been there a little bit. Not a real exciting place, but I don't know. I guess it sounds good for old school. I'm into it.
Yeah.
It's nice. I've been here about 12, 13 years or so. I moved up here from Columbus.
Yeah, so I do have a Columbus public service announcement here. Let me see if I can find this. But the dude ordered, or he said a play set of Volcanic Islands was delivered to the wrong place.
Oh,
in Columbus somewhere. So if
That
you
did
see like a
happen.
random old lady with like a play set of Volks or whatever, shout us out. We'll get you hooked back up. But I'm like, is it insured or what? But yeah, DHL said they just sent it to the wrong place.
Oh man, that's terrible.
A set of unlimited volcanics. I'll be checking my mailbox just to see, just in case. But
What does that cost? What is the unlimited volcanic island?
I think it'd be $1,000 easy, right? I mean, $4 or $5 Oops.
Yeah, not cheap because like all those unlimited prices have definitely kind of spiked up with like everything else.
Yeah, that's a bummer, dude. That's really crappy. But hey, you got shouted out on this huge podcast that we have.
Yeah, right.
All
Yeah,
worth it, dude.
Yeah, maybe somebody will find
days.
it.
Dude, but yo, that would make the coolest story ever if this is found.
If we find it through this podcast, yeah, that'd be like my greatest accomplishment for the year. My community service, I put the word out. or tens of listeners.
Crazier things have happened with
True.
our guy Patrick. He's in the he was on our group and we play with him, and he had just bought, I think it was an unlimited Black Lotus. It wasn't alpha. He has like alpha
No,
monsters.
I think it was unlimited. Yeah, he bought an unlimited.
And he had gotten a big mail day of like, he had probably sold a bunch of stuff and bought a bunch of cool stuff. And he just like woke up in the middle of the morning like, dude, did I throw that Black Lotus away? Like, I just,
it wasn't the middle of the morning. He could hear the trash guys coming. He'd thrown an unlimited Lotus in the trash and heard the trash truck, and like that triggered him to realize that maybe he didn't take it out of the envelope. And he started looking around, and it was in the trash, and he ran out and saved it.
Out of the trash, out of the freaking dumpster, like dump
trash can at the curb. I don't know who does that. It's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you're dealing with on our end. This is what we're up to.
Hatch, dude, it's getting hatch over here. Just throwing lotuses in the. Yeah, let's go, dude.
Well, Dave, yeah, I figured, since we're in Cincinnati, you're in Indiana, I figured our local crew listens to this stupid cast, and you put together an event, which is exciting. Is this the first thing out there? I don't even tell us a little bit about the Indiana scene, your group or whatever. I know you guys you've been around a while, but I don't know if this is the first official big event or what you get going. Fill us in a little bit.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. There is sort of an active group down in Indianapolis. They're called the Indy Gins now, I think, and they have kind of weekly meetups and stuff. And I know a few of them. They're pretty nice dudes, but for me, that's about 3.5 hours away. They play on like the south side, so I've never actually gone down and played with them. I'm closer to like Chicago or Michigan, or even Cleveland might be a tad bit closer if you're on the outskirts. So there's nobody here. I mainly play online. There's sort of like no one. I've met now like one guy that's in my same town that plays old school through this event. We had a mutual friend on the East Coast who said, "Oh yeah, he plays old school too. You guys should get together." So he'll be at the tournament. But yeah, there's no sort of active scene here down to LGS. It's all like dudes playing like Commander, various stuff. Like no one's doing old school in South Bend. But a lot of people I've met have been Midwest in some way, and South Bend's kind of like a good point in between, like all these other Midwestern places. So I thought it'd be like rad to have a tournament here, and people could come as sort of like a Midwest, event.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. So yeah, you'll probably get quite a bit of the Chicago crew, I would assume. Hopefully some of the Raja and the Cleveland guys will make it over. I mean, they're a great group up there.
Yeah, I think Raja said he can't come. I think he's like coaching soccer or something, but a bunch of other guys are coming up from Cleveland though. So there's quite a few from Cleveland and Columbus coming up. But then, we got some players from Missouri, like St. Louis is like a pretty active.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's about as far for them as us. Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming up. And I know we're going to probably get some others, from like Michigan. I think some dudes are just kind of like waiting to, work stuff out with their families and see. But Knights Taplar aren't too far away. They had a really nice event in the spring. I played in their Kumite 5, and it was pretty fun. So I'm hoping some of those guys could make it down as well.
Yeah, we were there at the COVID day the year before, but this year didn't work out. But man, that was a good time too.
That was a good time.
You gotta hook me up with those Indianapolis guys, man. That's where I usually work at.
Oh yeah, I'll invite you. They have their own Discord. I'll invite you to it. If you're down there, I think they do like monthly meetups, and I think they have like a Facebook page too. So like, I think there's like at least a couple of them are coming up to this, but not a lot, unless they're gonna sign up late. We'll see.
Yeah, I work over here 4 or 5 days a week. If I can get some old school in, that'd be great.
Oh yeah. There's some. Yeah, so I'll shoot you an invite after this podcast is over.
Awesome.
Good, man. Appreciate
it. The better question is, why is it freaking awesome? And it's the Thrashing event.
Yeah, the Thrash Bash. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Thrashing, but it's always held a special place.
100 times, dude.
Yeah, in my heart since, like I first saw it, like, when I was a kid. It probably wasn't that long after it came out. And it's one of my favorites, so I thought that'd be like a cool theme for the event. A lot of events are kind of structured sometimes around like an old school premise. But this one, it's like, let's just get Hesh, let's just thrash, bring out as gnarly decks as you can possibly make, and like let's just see what happens. So I thought it was pretty cool. The server's up today. I activated the tournament server. It's pretty silly. I got like emojis of like the different characters, like from
Oh
Thrash.
dang,
And
dude.
yeah. Look at it. Since you guys are, everyone should have got an invite today. I sent out an email, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Oh yeah, I
like
did see that. Okay.
and I'm posting clips there too, so you can like watch it, in like different parts from like YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of had a nice sort of ring to it, just to do a nice sort of thrashing theme. Maybe
Were
next
you?
year I'll see if I can get the movie during the event.
Oh damn, dude, that'd be serious.
We can bring a projector. We can bring a projector actually if you want.
Maybe next year. I think we might be a little tight on space this year
Okay.
because the venue is like pretty crazy as well. I don't know if you guys looked it up yet. It's in the old Studebaker Mansion here in South Bend, and it looks
Yeah,
like
it's really cool looking. I mean,
looks like Disney's Haunted Mansion, like from the outside. And so we got like the nursery and the master bedroom is where the tournament's gonna happen. So it's gonna be pretty sweet.
that's not it. Hang on. Yeah, what's
Dave, do you skateboard?
I did for a very long time, from about maybe 96 to about 2003. That's pretty much, I think, all I did. But now, like, I'm too old now. I think I'd like break a hip or something. So, not so much anymore.
Nice, dude. So I still skateboard. My dad taught me to skateboard. He was really into skateboarding early on. And then our boy Steven right here, he actually just sent me a picture of him doing a kickflip, like a video of him doing a kickflip about a week ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, everyone's again. I think actually, Dad, didn't you say that your wife was kind of upset with you for skateboarding just a week ago?
Yeah, I know. She's like, do not break something. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. So I used to every year for my birthday I'd go out and do a kickflip just to prove I could still do it.
Oh man,
That
you
I
guys
was
are
my
didn't
gonna
this
love this
year,
tournament.
but I should.
Yeah, Steven did it, dude. He sent me the video.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes me feel good when I pull that off, but I got too much going on, man. It hurts to fall. It sucks. I've had a
Yeah,
couple
I had that
injuries.
moment of realization when I looked down at my knees, like, come on, we can do this.
Man, I'll pull some
Concrete.
intro music from Animal Chin, the Pound Peralta video, which is a
Oh,
little
nice.
prior to, I don't know, when did Thrashing come out? I was trying to figure out when.
Thrashing's like 86, I think.
Yeah, that's 86. It's a little before that. Yeah, that's why I was like, Animal Chin was like a couple years before too.
Yeah, this is part of
But
that like commercial explosion. They made that one with like Christian Slater also like gleaming the cube, which is not as good as Thrashing.
yeah,
Thrashing
you
is
can't
like
have a Gleam in the Cube event. Thank God. I
yeah, no,
appreciate
we're
that.
going where it's real here. Yeah.
Okay,
So
good,
yeah.
good.
Oh
Good
yeah, cool. You
call.
got the venue up. So yeah, the venue is pretty sweet. We'll be upstairs when we go in. But yeah, so we'll be there like all day. We got our own private area. They got a full bar. We have our own menu. So it'll be pretty sweet. Everything will be kind of contained in those spaces, and we can just jam games and stuff.
Yeah, this place is awesome. I mean, it
Yeah.
definitely looks like something the Swedish dudes would pull in with a cool castle or whatever. I mean, it's got an awesome vibe to it. So
Yeah, it's cool. It's part of South Bend history, which is nice too, because Studebaker was such an important part of like this city and how this city kind of grew, in time before, Studebaker waned away or whatever. And then it's like an event space. Like, I don't know, like I had my wedding reception there. It was like a great time.
It
well, that's
looks
pretty
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
A wedding reception there and everything. That's awesome, dude. That be playing Magic where you had a wedding reception at.
Yeah, a little bit different. That was about 10 years ago, but this will probably be the first tournament that they have here. I don't think they've ever had any Magic tournaments up in the mansion.
Well, that's what I tried to get a hold of these guys. So we got a castle down here by us, and they just won't acknowledge me at all. So this dude built like a castle. It's pretty close to
Whoa.
where Eric lives, and he built it in like the original style, and like the doors are made so you can't cut through them with a sword and all this stuff. And the guy was clearly insane, but he dug all these like river rocks out. It would be so good. And they're just like, no, we don't do tournaments. We don't allow that sort of thing. I mean, I've thrown money at them a couple years in a row, and I just can't get in there. It would be so
Oh,
perfect. It's like the best place in Ohio you could have. It would be like a legit castle type scenario. So
Yeah, there's like a fake castle down in Athens that I think you can rent. It's not like a real castle. I think it's called a Ravenwood, and it's like somewhere in the middle of Hawking. But I think like you guys aren't probably too far from there.
Yeah, Athens, we go there. That's where Skatopia is at, man. We've been there.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that place.
You ever
Yeah.
been to Skatopia?
No, I've not gone, but I know very much about it from the late '90s.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been there a few times. That's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
amazing.
that the venue that you've got though, man, looks cooler than that spot. That place looked awesome. I mean, that looked like a real like medieval royalty castle or something, man. I didn't look up the venue. I saw the email a little bit ago. I was drinking beers and not paying attention to my emails. I should have looked at it, man. This has got me so excited to be playing Magic up there.
You got hot women
Yeah.
there and everything else. Man.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
gonna be
nice
cool.
setup.
It's
You
gonna
have
be cool.
thought
Yeah,
of everything.
you walk in through the arches and stuff. It was my wife's idea. She's like, you should have it at Tippecanoe, not some like other bar. You'll always listen to your wife when she gives good advice.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
So
what
yeah,
I would do.
Dude.
I think that's going to be a great place for the tournament. So yeah, we got our space.
Dude, you're crazy to not go to this tournament. Then I thought in my mind like the Thrash and Hesh event is like in this graffiti, super sketchy, like highly criminal bar. I did not know we were like this is not Hesh, to be fair. Like unless we're playing in the porta potty outside, that is fancy, dude. That's got me really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a great place. It'll be fun. Oh yeah, you got some of the
Yeah,
altars.
check out some of these altars too. Are you doing these or are you the
Yeah.
altarist?
Yeah, so I made those two. I made so that's the award there for the most Hesh deck. A lot of tournaments have like a spice award, but for this one we got to go beyond spice, and I want to see like the most Hesh deck. So of course it's like a Urg Raiders, right? I mean that's got to be the card. So yeah, I made that one. We have a stamp as well, so everyone's gonna get like a Hymn to Torah that's stamped. Went with
Yeah,
a
and
wolf.
you did good because you got the correct hymn, which I was kind of worried about. You did get the wolf hymn.
The wolf
So,
hymn is the Midwest hymn because Van Camp was from Michigan, so that's like the Midwest art for him.
Wow, that's cool.
I didn't know. Yeah, that's cool. That's also the correct art. So yeah,
And then
I'm pumped
so
for
I
that
built
thing, man.
I did a lot of the altars, and we also have some nice donations from some other guys that I put in the server today. So the great Cam has donated about 5 cards. DTC from New Mexico did one, and the famous Merhans right from Germany put a couple in as well. But then
that's a sweet ball lightning. I gotta admit, that's badass.
Yeah, that's a
Red
Merhans
card
one.
destroyed.
And that's I think Parker did that one. He's on the Guild House server. He's I think he's in the DC area. But I did all the other ones, but all donations are welcome from anyone to the prize table. We will take your prizes and give them to players.
I think our boy Steven's probably doing one right now, dude. This dude doesn't stop painting.
Yeah, go ahead. You could, you can mail them to me or bring it to the event, whatever you want. But yeah, we'll do kind of like at the end of the tournament for some of the stuff. We'll have like a prize.
Look at this dude. I knew it, dude. I knew it.
Is he making one right now?
Look at this badass freaking.
Wait, show that again. I didn't
smoking
see it.
a cigarette on his freaking. That's a Sengir vampire, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Nice.
What the hell card is that? Is that a
Sengir vampire, dude?
That's
Come
a
on,
Sengir
look at the
vampire.
composition of that face, dude. He's smoking a cig like that. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. That'll make somebody happy. Good prize. I'm working on a few others. But yeah, it's kind of like always fun experience with tournament when you kind of.
All right, real quick,
get some
explain to me what
prizes.
first blood is.
Whoever wins the first round first. So whoever is done with their game first gets that one.
Oh, Eric, this is your nightmare, man.
Well, yeah, with my deck now. Before in Kumite during in 2020 or whatever, me and my boy, the Genie of Death, dude, we were trying to get first blood, and I'm not kidding. We didn't sideboard. We didn't roll to see who went first. I was like, you go first. No, you do. And I just started playing lands. Like, we were going so fast and trying to get first blood. It's hard to do. Like it's just like you can't build a deck to try to win that. Because I thought that I could get there, and I kind of told him that at the very start of before. He was like, yeah, there's a first blood tournament or a first blood award, and you could get it was the blood sport
nice
laser disc. And I'm like, all right, let's win that. So I told him, like, let's play as fast as we can. Dude, we were going so fast. I can't believe anyone beat me. I think that they cheated because, like, it doesn't even make sense how someone can play fast. So good luck to the person that gets that. You have to play fast as fuck if someone actually wants to win that card.
Someone will get it. Someone will get it. Yeah, for I guess those listening, it's a bloodlust is the card. That's
Yes, yeah, I should be. I'm doing too much visual stuff here, but yeah, it's an amazing bloodlust.
And no one's winning that. My deck is slow as hell that I'm bringing. It is not going to win that card.
Well, here, I'm going to show the deck I was going to bring and then decided not to because it couldn't win a freaking thing. And I just want to know how this ranks because what I was planning to do was let's see here. I was going to run the Rothy Berserkers and Lesser Werewolves with a like a Meekstone package. And then Mana Flare, Candelabra, and Howl from Beyond just to like swing through with an insane 2/4 Rampage 3 out of nowhere and just wreck people. So I don't know. It seemed like it was on theme, but God, it's so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. You know, you got to play what you like though.
I did like it. I love Mana Flare and Candelabra and all that, but I had too many draws that just did nothing. You know, you keep throwing a Candelabra, and then you throw out a Mana Flare, another Mana Flare, and then you get a Guardian Beast, and then you're dead, and you haven't really done anything. So
I will say when that deck fires off, it does really good though.
yeah, no one sees the Lesser Werewolf Howl from Beyond combo coming, and Patrick was dying laughing because I'm like, Land Lotus Lesser Werewolf, and he was like, what the fuck was that?
Oh man, I haven't seen some of those cards actually in play since the 90s. Like, wow, you know, like that's pretty rad.
Yeah, but I mean, who's blocking a 2/4, right? A 2/4 Rampage 3. Like nobody's screwing him. He just swings in through, and boom, you just Mana Flare, Candelabra, howl him out. I don't know. I made it, played it, retired it. I thought I would share it tonight because it was a fun deck. I had some a lot of good thoughts. I was running the Falling Stars to tap stuff under Meekstone. Ball Lightning was pretty good to just kind of jam that out there real quick, but I don't know. I think I lost like 6 games straight with it, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in love with it that much, but is this on track for what you're thinking for some gnarly decks?
That would be a contender. I mean, I think the Berserkers alone, that's pretty metal, you know.
Right. So I mean, they're so metal, and he's ripped, and I tried to draw little skateboard legs on him, but his legs get a little short, so it didn't quite work out. I just put a sleeve over the top and started sketching, and they were hilarious looking. But I was like, maybe I could put a skateboard on this dude. But it was just like the board was just off the bottom to make him look somewhat proportional.
I'm curious to know, Dave, what is the most like Hesh, just absolutely just grimy old school card besides Wall of Putrid Flesh? Don't hit me with that because obviously we all know that one. What is the most disgusting, just punk rock card that you've ever seen?
Oh, man, my favorite though, it's got to be like Urg Raiders with Unholy Strength because to me, like, you know, they are like the most aggressive card because they got to attack. They'll attack you if you don't attack somebody else.
Hell yeah.
You know, they just got to like, you know, aggro all the way and put it on there. And you know, I used to love that card. I mean, one of the last decks I think I played like kind of in the actual 90s ran Urg Raiders over Order because it was easier to hit the like colorless black pip than 2 blacks because I was like real low to the ground. And yeah, first turn Urg Raiders with Unholy Strength, then you berserk it. You know, nobody was like seeing that stuff coming. You know, giant growth. But
yeah, that's aggressive, dude. That's powerful right there. Man, I had an idea. I was going to go to Hesh deck. I'm obsessed with the deck that I've been playing, and I don't get to play in a lot of events, so I'm not playing one now. But I did think that you could build a pretty sick wall deck and then play Animate Dead or Animate Wall, and then kill somebody with a wall ride. I thought that was kind of like punk rock.
I've made a couple of wall ride decks too. I've been screwing with wall ride.
The wall ride that's a good theme. That's a good theme.
I haven't given up on wall ride yet. I'll be honest.
Yeah, and then like if it was like in other formats, you have like grindstone, but unfortunately we only have millstone. But
Wall deck could be like serious though. Like a wall deck is serious. I used to, when I still owned Diamond Valleys, I played like a lot of decks in old school, and like I always like took out Animate Waldo because it was better to like I was coming through with a copper tablet and like just kind of like weird stuff and just like eating the walls for life. But yeah, like Wall of Swords is that's one of my favorite cards still. I think in all the sets is still Wall of Swords.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I mean you can definitely to kill somebody with a wall is hard though, because you have to have like the one wall that can like pump and then animate it. But I guess if you wanted to kill somebody with a wall ride, you can play Wall of Swords in your deck as just a good card and say it's a wall ride. But I feel like you got to kill somebody with like Wall of Fire.
Yeah, you could like transmutate.
I just bought an Alpha Wall of Swords on eBay for like $120. So excited. It was real beat up, looked bad. I'm like, I know anything I can get. It's beta. Freaking had to send it back. I'm like, no one's paid $120 for a beat up Wall of Swords beta. And he did refund me, so I'm good. But
that was our last
love
conversation. That was the last podcast. That was like the last 5 minutes of the last podcast. You were bragging about the Alpha Wall of Swords you bought for $130. And I'm like, damn, that seems pretty cheap for real.
Yeah, it was a sweet deal until it got here.
And it wasn't even.
Like, dude, you suck. I gotta send it back. I'm like, eBay's like, this seller has no refunds. I'm like, God bless it, man. Come on.
Oh, that's that price is too good to be true.
There's definitely, and then I do want to give a quick shout out to the ritual of the Hypnotic Skater. My skateboard has got the ritual to get out the Turn 1 Hypnotic Skater.
Oh, nice. That's
forever on my skateboard. Yeah, dude. So don't ever forget that the Hypnotic Spectre is actually a skater. Through death.
He's drawing it right now, by the way.
Dude, he should. Yeah, I'm sure he is, dude. We just have Steven as the quiet artist on our podcast. It's literally the cool. If you watch this podcast on YouTube and not on like Spotify or something, you do get to just have a live paintings in the background with Steven, which is
just finished one.
Yo, Scavenging Folk is super nasty, dude. He is like the scum lord of skateboarding. That dude picks up cigarette butts and like rolls his own cigarettes with them. Dude, that dude is sketchy, dude. He's at the skate park every day.
Here's what I was thinking for Wall Ride deck, because if you did Wall of Wonder and like double berserked him, all it takes is 6 mana. That's 20.
Holy shit.
That's 20 damage right there. And that's pretty badass. So, I don't know.
I was like, holy shit, he gets +4.
He gets +4. That makes him a 5/1. You double berserk him. He's good for 20. They don't see it coming. Maybe they do since I just said it, but still.
That's the thing. This podcast is a little bit underground, a little bit. So
yeah,
you get a little bit ahead on the fucking tournament that's happening in a mansion castle. About you might get ahead on the strategies happening here.
We're not your typical top 8ers, all right? Let's just be honest.
Dude, but yeah, top 20 over here. Let's go. Wall of Wonder, dude. I am the wall ride, dude. Wall of Wonder is badass.
Wall of Opposition is pretty good. That's like the pumpable wall for colorless, and that's a good one too. If you were to actually animate that, I think it was in Legends. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so yeah, you can really kind of pump that one up.
You could kill somebody with that wall, dude.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a good wall because no one's really flying into it.
But like for that mana cost, you could also just get like a Shivan pretty much. You know what I mean? It's not that far off.
But who wants to do that? I mean, everyone's done that.
Could.
Exactly, but it's not a wall. It's not off the wall.
I mean, I'm a huge fan. Where the hell's Wall of Air at on here?
Should be like
up a little bit. Okay. I'm telling you, Wall of Air is an amazing Magic card that does not see enough play. 1/5 flying for 3 shuts down so much crap, like Sarah Angels and Savannah Lions and Pump Knights for a while, and it is an amazing wall. And
dude, and Psionic Blast, because of what they play against Sarah Angel, the 4 defense is Psionic Blast, and it shuts it down.
Yeah, it's one of the only two walls that has flying. I mean, that wall of swords are your two flyers from the old school set.
Yeah.
There for a while when the Beasts of the Bay were doing the 1.5, Wall of Air killed every creature in the format except like maybe Shivan or something. Just a couple, like 2 or 3, and I would play it. It just people would just like, God, Wall of Air, why is it so good? And of course my deck was bad, but I was still like, that was a good card. I ended up buying a set of alpha ones because I loved it so much. So yeah, if I could run that, maybe with the I don't know. I'm still not out on the wall ride deck.
You got some
Dave,
time.
I got a little time still. I keep playing.
I wonder if Dave knew that when he was going to get on the podcast, it was going to turn into like walled deck tech.
Oh man, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. I've had some good results with the wall deck. I ran one in like a kind of private tournament earlier this year, and I beat like like it was like a counter burn like dib deck, and I like beat it with a wall deck because I just like gained life. I had like a Fountain of Youth in there, a bunch of walls, and as soon as I dropped that Diamond Valley, I was just like outpacing him. So yeah, this huge army of stuff, but like it just couldn't get through like all the walls, and it was like a really, really good deck. So that's like my one success story with like a wall deck. It was pretty good.
Well, I was trying to get the biggest balls award or whatever, and I ran the walls, Diamond Valley, and Greed, and that worked out really good, man. Just kind of keep cranking through, and you'd play one, you'd draw, you'd be able to draw 2, 3 cards at a time or something like that. So yeah, just so something we do is we try to track throughout the year who has the biggest whatever. Here's last year's rundown. So biggest drain life or mind twist.
Oh,
I ended up
nice.
securing this biggest balls of us all with a with a wall deck. But yeah, it was just like walls, stack them Diamond Valley, gain 6, 8 life, draw 2, 3 cards, play a couple more walls, and that thing was pretty decent. It was a pretty sick setup. So I'm not saying it's all bad yet, but
Yeah,
this has
no,
been fun. So yeah, as soon as someone has to do something, no infinite mana, we don't allow that nonsense. But like that biggest mind twist was actually for a legitimate 9. He ancestor me before he hit me for a mind twist for 9. So it's kind of a fun little thing to do amongst friends.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything that just kind of like, adds some extra fun. I mean, that's what's great about old school, I think. There's all these kind of ways that you can just keep engaging with this game that we've all liked for so long.
Me and Steven will just sit there and text like the most fucking stupid cards you've ever seen. And be like, yeah, but dude, what if I play this against you like next meetup? And it's like just some stupid thing that like all cards lose Swamp Walk or something. Yeah, we don't play. We play like such far out Magic that this podcast is probably not reaching a lot of people. But I do want to know, to reach other people in this event. When I think of like people trying to play punk rock Magic cards, I think that a lot of people are going to be playing mono black in your tournament. What do you think that that's like? To me, like, okay, so I don't play mono black a lot. I'm like a white player almost always. Almost every tournament I play in, I play mono white or like mono green. Like it's kind of like my only 2 colors I play. And I'm like, dude, this sounds perfect because I kind of can expect people wanting to be punk rock, and you just play 4 karma in your sideboard and just demolish people. But then you sent out this email earlier, and I want to know more about that also, Dave. You said prepare to get destroyed by shops, and I'm like, oh shit, what do you know, dude? So I don't know. Can you give us any inside scoop on that at all?
Oh no, that's just humor. No matter what tournament
Yeah,
there is, there's always some dude bitching about how he like lost the shops or something. Like, it was just being funny. It was just, like jam some games,
good,
wreck your
good.
opponents, or like, get some food while you're complaining about losing the shops. Somebody will play shops. Like I don't play shops,
Yes.
but and then, it's a good deck. I mean, it's a good deck. There's also like a lot of ways to beat it too, but I've just always found there's somebody complaining about losing the shops, and they should just not do that.
What
Yeah,
made you
yeah.
choose EC for your format style? I mean, I haven't played like straight EC in a minute because we're always doing like variations or whatever. You're just like, hey, let's go hardcore original. I don't know, is that what you typically play or?
It's actually not. Most of my like webcam games I play in the Neos League online, and they're ATL format since they're on, kind of like East Coast and stuff. And that's fun, but I always view sort of EC as the Midwestern format. That's like the Chicago format. It's the Midwest, and I think it adds a lot of balance to the kind of decks that you can play that can become good. That might be more of like a tier two or tier 1.5, and another format could be like a tier one in EC, and it's just kind of like lands could be so oppressive. You got like library, you got factory, Maze of Ith, and Force Strip provides a lot of answers to those without having to run other land D cards. Plus like I love Nether Void. That's like my my favorite card. So, any land D is fun for me, but it's something different, and I think like we'll see kind of just a different crop of decks than you'll see at a big like ATL tournament. That said, I enjoy all the other formats though. I enjoy like the one strip stuff. I like playing. It's a different challenge to build. But yeah, I'm a big fan of EC, and they restrict recall as well. And the recall is such a busted card that I feel that it's good to be one of.
Have you tried any of the pack with like two strip, like the two strip setup?
No, I haven't played it yet, but I've seen like some people talking about it, and it looks pretty interesting. So yeah, I would try that for sure, but I haven't yet.
Yeah.
We're big fans. Yeah, we're big fans, dude.
What's your Magic background, man? When did you start playing? How'd you get into old school? I'm kind of curious.
So I started playing Magic in 1994. It was probably like right after the Dark came out, a little bit, but there was like no packs available. Like my friends had like cards from the Dark. So mainly it was sort of like Revised and Fallen Empires was what was like really readily available. So I grew up in Northeast Ohio, like in the Akron area. So there was a really avid playing scene. There was a lot of like universities there. Like Kent State was like probably like 15 minutes away from where I grew up. Akron U. So a lot of these kind of guys that were older played, and they'd play at the local game store rather, that was in sort of Kent, Ohio. So I'd play there like every morning, or every Saturday morning. And then in the town that I lived in, there was enough kids where we had like tournaments every Friday, for like cash money. You paid like $6 to get in the winner, like, took like 2/3 of the cash. The guy who like hosted it took a cut, and then second place took a cut. And, you'd have like 15 to 30 people, at this tournament, mainly like teenagers and some college dudes. So I'm 42, so I was about 14, 15 when I started sort of playing. And yeah, so I kind of played, and amassed a really nice collection, and then I sold it out like mid 90s, like after the game sort of changed.
Everybody does, yeah.
Yeah, like Ice Age really changed it with like, what then became like Type 2 and stuff. It really just like you couldn't find any good action in the area anymore, because they were starting to do Type 2 tournaments anymore. And you're like 17, your interests start to change. So, I kind of sold out, and then I randomly played a little bit like in like the kind of Tempest block era. When I would just like come home from college or whatever, to visit my parents. Me and my friends would go, buy some cards and just like
What was
play
the
with
card
break.
shop in Akron? Do you remember the name of it?
So there was a few, like, so I was mainly based in Kent, and it was Spellbinders, but there was also a Spellbinders in Akron, so there were two of them. But the Spellbinders in Kent was like a pretty big game store. It had like Warhammer, Magic, comic books, like D&D, miniatures, like all the stuff that you could imagine. Then their whole basement was like a really huge playing area. And like I'd go there at like 10 a.m. when they opened, and I'd stay till like, 3, like every Saturday, and just play games with like all these college dudes. You trade, that's how you got good cards. That's how you started getting like the stuff that like was just not in our smaller town. Like we did not have like Juzams, but like, you can trade with these college dudes that had them, and then you'd come back. So we all had like pretty good cards, by the end of it. I mean, people were playing in these local small tournaments with like full power, like, everybody had a couple of libraries and, all the good cards. So it was like really fun. It was like a really fun scene. So that's kind of like most of my playing.
Did you stay with it, or you take like the normal break like everybody, like went away for a while and you get sucked back in? It's like
Yeah,
it's like a heroin addiction. You can't get rid of it. Like,
yeah, I pretty much took like a 20 year hiatus or
did
so.
you? Oh, dang! All right.
Yeah. So I think maybe like the last game Magic I played was probably around 1999 or so. And then I started playing again in 2020 when the pandemic had really set in. I kind of learned about old school,
That's awesome.
which I wish I knew earlier because I still had some like good cards left over that I sold on eBay and I could have just like, kept my jihads and stuff. But so yeah. So I mainly found like webcam because it was pandemic, everybody was like locked down. And then, I got some of my friends back in that
What a
I
cool
played
time
with.
to join, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was been pretty fun, and everyone I've met has been like super cool and super nice. So I'll play on Discord, but I play in the Neos League usually. They do a really nice job. Jared's the guy that runs that. He does a really nice job running it. Then I'll play in like kind of other stuff. And then yeah, now that tournaments are starting, so I went up to Kumite. It's about 2 hours from where I live, and the Knights were really good hosts, and that was a super fun time.
Yeah, so I see, it'd been like 95 probably. I don't know. When Ice Age came out was when I started playing Magic. And then I lived like I had an insane life. So I lived what, an hour and a half from Akron or something like that. And I would go to work at 5 a.m. I'd work till 3. And I went to college 2 nights a week. So like Tuesday, Thursday, I go to college at the University of Akron. But Wednesday night they played Magic in Akron. So I'd
Nice.
drive a freaking hour and a half, and then they had South Park, which I'd never seen. It was the greatest thing. They'd have South Park on, everyone's playing Tempest and stuff. It was like so awesome. I would go up there completely out of my league because it was like before all the internet shit. I had no idea what was going on. You just show up, get my ass stomped by whatever the hell the new meta was. I had no idea. And yeah, I used to like migrate, like, I don't know, a couple of times a month. I'd go up to Akron and then I'd play. I'd get done at midnight, drive, get home at like 1 a.m., go to work at 5. It was insane. But, that was like the closest legitimate like Magic scene I had back then was in Akron. So it was pretty cool. And then I think I kind of quit around Here's a Saga when things got so freaking busted. It was out of control. I was like, what's the point of going? And everyone was
Yeah.
limited turn 1. And, it was just like, it was funny. It was interesting. I had somebody just like go off and like mana burn for 65 because they couldn't kill me or whatever. It was an insane, it was a cool time to be playing Magic, that's for sure. But yeah, it was definitely in the Akron scene, but it was a smaller shop. I don't think they had no basement or anything, so I don't know where that was, but
There was quite a few. I mean, there was like a pretty active scene in Northeast Ohio, at least kind of like in the 90s. Like you can find a lot of tournaments. I mean, I had friends that played like 2 to 3 a week, when we were teenagers. Some of them were like, DCI sanctioned where you like give them your number. But I was just like, that should never appeal to me. I'd never joined the duelist convocation back then. Like, that type of competitive play. Like I like just the local competitive where you're just playing, I don't need to accumulate. But yeah, so some shops would have those. Other ones, it was just like cash money and you played.
oh yeah, I was nobody. I was just showing up and just ready to get my ass stomped, and it was fun. Loved it. Man, I'm like, I'm in the big city. It was cool.
That's why I got like an obsession with old school as like a young kid, dude. When I say young, I mean I'm like 3 years old at the time, and my dad would be like, "Dude, yeah, Eric's sorry, man, I'm going to play Magic tonight." And like I hear Magic on like TV with these little shows, where it's like it shows me these cards. I'm like, dude, Magic is badass. I don't know what they're doing. And I remember like the first cards I've seen and everything, because I'm younger, but like the first cards I saw were old school cards. Like I was literally like a baby seeing old school cards. So like to me, I'm like, dude, I'm as much of an old school player as anybody. Seeing that stuff when I was like a young little kid, and my dad's driving an hour and a half away to go play old school. That shit was just the coolest to me, dude. Growing up, and then we started playing in like '98 or whatever when like Invasion and all that stuff started happening. So yeah.
Yeah, we were at Gen Con one year, and you were like, we should play old school. Check these guys out. And they were just playing like white bordered cheap bullshit. And we're like, yeah, we should. Now, I got lucky, I'll be honest. I collected an entire set of Legends and Arabian Nights for fun back when they
For
were
fun,
affordable.
for no reason.
For no
literally
reason.
no
No
reason.
one freaking played it, and I just wanted to collect a set. So I had a full set of everything to get, but that was one of, which kind of sucks. If you ever try
Yeah,
to
good
build
for
a deck with
single
one of
time.
everything, unless you're playing Commander. But I was always the Commander guy with like the Jazam or the Eureka or whatever. I was like, yeah, man, I spent $18 for this drop of honey. Isn't it sweet? And I'm like, what the hell's that card? Yeah. So anyhow, I got a little bit lucky, but then I got freaking hooked, and I needed like 3 others. But
Yeah, I was
anyhow,
wondering
I
what
mean,
happened. What happened to the cards that like I used to have? Someone's got my gins out there. Like I hope they're still alive. Killing somebody.
I had a 4X set of like everything, like Urza's, all the Giz Cradle and all that stuff. Some guy, and I sold it all on eBay. Some guy in Italy's like, well, the shipping's too expensive. Just all I want's the rare. So I threw away like a big stack of like Force of Wills and stuff.
Oh man.
Threw them all in the
Yeah.
trash. Like, all right, let's get them to pay shipping. Get rid of those. So yeah, I don't know. It's the same story for everybody. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad to see you come back because it is a lot of fun.
It's been so fun, just like it's there's just something about it that, it hits the right kind of vibes like when I'm playing and, building my collection and just playing cards that are fun, that I like. And, I got some of my friends back in that I used to play with back in the 90s. I'm like, dude, people play like good Magic again. You need to come out. So a couple of them are coming up to the tournament as well, and it's like, yeah, man, it's like, I want to pull them all back in.
You should, yeah.
Dude, it's so hard to explain. Like, okay, what do you think about, like I said, bringing old friends into Magic? I try to explain. So I've lost a lot of friends by quitting. I was playing Legacy and switched to Old School, and none of my friends would ever want to do that because Old School costs so much money. And yet I'm telling them, like, dude, Old School doesn't really cost that much money. Not, I don't advise for like fake cards, but like one can usually play like proxies. Just make a cool proxy yourself. Have a cool fake Underground Sea, or just play like a deck that doesn't cost a lot of money and have a lot of fun with it. Like, how do you get that across to like the people that like this format? Yeah, it can cost money, but like, no one's showing up to your tournament with a full alpha version of the deck, that just is going to cost $1 million. No one's playing. Oh, you are.
I was thinking of doing that. Yeah, I was thinking of doing
Yeah.
that.
I don't think I think my deck probably costs like it's a little bit expensive, but it's pretty cheap. Like a lot of the cards are still white border. Like you don't have to have a ton of money to play this format. And that really it's like it freaks people out though. They're like, oh, Old School? You mean like Alpha Black Lotus that cost $1 million? No thanks. And it just like instantly scared away.
Yeah,
I
the
think it's
pricing has been ridiculous, I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm gonna say coming from that same kind of thing. Like I found Old School when I was working in Cali, but like a lot of those legacy players and stuff see like I could just buy a few boosters or you know what I mean, like hang on to all this bulk and accumulate whatever. Like you're still gonna spend money. Like as a legacy player, I spent fucking tons of money on packs and boxes, singles and this and that, and I just got tired of it, man. Like it's a constant investment to keep up with the meta. Like, and you got sore loser opponents on the competitive scene. Like, I can't believe I fucking lost. This deck's $3,000 and yours is $50. Like, tough shit, dude. I'm just here to like play and have fun, and I just got tired of that. But I think if they would give it a chance and like just budget out like a revised 60 card channel fireball or something, like you can have fun with this, and that's like the beauty of Old School. Like nobody's getting super upset. Like I can't believe I lost. Like a lot of people just having a great fucking time.
Yeah, the charitable aspect helps with that too. There's not like they're gonna win like product or something. You know what I mean? Like you don't have that because people change a lot when like money or whatever is involved. Like it changes the whole vibe of the game. So that's probably why I chose to allow proxy for this tournament. Like I don't play proxies myself, but man, if you want to proxy something, yeah, make it look awesome. Like I don't care. Just come out and play. That's what I'm looking for is just, people bring in, their most kind of creative ideas or decks that they really want to play and have fun or show the artwork that they want to make on their cards. Like, whatever. Like I'm not gonna kind of outlaw that.
So Thrash Bash, you are allowed to play proxies if you want to.
You are if you want. I mean, it says it on the form that they're allowed. It just says like just make them look good, just put some kind of effort. But it says no counterfeits. I just don't want anything in there that might sort of like, get cycled back into the community where someone might buy it thinking it's like a real card, but it's like a, kind of Chinese print job. So yeah, I mean,
that's
draw
cool,
your
dude.
mocks on a land.
Damn, that's cool. Okay, so we should I think that what you just said right there should be almost like a universal law for all of Old School. Like, you're saying no fakes, but like proxies are okay. Like as far as proxies go, like make your own type of deal.
Yeah,
That's
just kind
pretty
of
cool, dude.
do something, and it's just like, each kind of group and format seems to have their own kind of preferences. So, for this tournament, it's like, do whatever you want, man. Just put some effort in. And, I think no one's going to bat an eye if you drop a proxy down on the table that you painted. They'll probably say, oh, man, that looks sweet. You want to trade it?
Right. Yeah, that's
exactly,
cool, dude.
Exactly.
That's so cool, man. I know that if you look at like my Instagram and you if you look at my pictures that I post on my Instagram and you look at like the signed expensive cards are literally like we print it out on a computer, just on like shitty printer paper. And then we just sign it in cursive. It just says proxy, and it looks like it was signed by the artist. We just wrote proxy on it. So it's like, wow, this is a signed Mox. If you look closely, our shit, yeah, you look at the green screen's fucking
background green screen thing's killing me.
Oh, I see. Proxy.
Yeah, just write proxy there like
off
it's
on
a
a
signature,
computer, dude.
right on the front,
Just go real fast. Just write proxy real fast on there, and it looks like you got it signed by Dan.
I don't know. The best one I think I've ever seen was when Jonathan printed it out. It was like a quarter the size. It was all white, and like the center was a tiny little Mox Emerald or whatever. And he just printed the whole thing and put it in there. I'm like, dude, that's the greatest proxy I've seen in a while.
Shout out to Jonathan, dude. He has got the greatest sense of humor and just such a joy to play Magic.
Yeah.
Dude, he printed his proxies literally a tenth the size of fucking Magic cards and put them in sleeves. And they were just these tiny little Moxes, dude. That shit was awesome. What is this?
Somebody brought up a good concept here, Eric, of costumes from Fallen Empires.
Okay, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. That one came up in the server today. I think Kyle put that one up.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Thorn's valid, dude.
I did glance through Fallen Empires to see what was worthy of costumes. There's a few not bad options. I don't know if we're gonna have a costume contest or not, but this one's gonna be hard to beat, obviously. But who wants to wear that all day? But
people have asked if they could dress up. I said that's fine. I know there's some guys coming in some dagger vests, like that they got. So you whatever is going to add to your enjoyment is fine.
He's the only one with like an official Ebon Hand jacket.
Oh, it's so freaking cool.
It's badass. He got like the official back patch and stuff. We're so unofficial, but Steven, this guy, he's quiet because he's literally painting cards for your event. That's the only reason this dude's not talking. That's how committed this fucking dude is.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
Hey, that does bring up the elephant in the room, though. The Discord name. How'd you become Ebon Hand OG?
Oh shit! We're the fucking Ebon Hand, yo.
I just like the name
forever. So
I'm serious, Brian. People think of you so much.
Okay, yeah.
We are confused so much on Discord. Like,
I know, it's constant.
There's a guy that's donating a card for the prize, and he thought that I was you, and he's like, oh, I just met Eric, So he wrote like Trash Bash on the card as like a joke, and I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. But he's like, oh wait, you're not from Cincinnati. I'm like, no, dude, they're a club. I'm just a guy. I just, Fallen Empires has always been like my favorite set. I mean, when I started playing old school again, I immediately made 5 sets of Fallen Empires. That was like the first old school cards I bought. I bought 5 of every single Fallen Empire card because they're like 10 cents, and it's just like I just love the flavor of that set and the artwork and the kind of cohesion and everything. I think the dark probably has like the best art, but
it does give you the original girl, whatever you're after there.
I just thought it was kind of funny to like add that on there, because it's like, my name on a Magic server, but yeah, so that's how it came about. It's just like, I kind of just like the cards.
This has
everyone's like, you guys should have like a playoff to see who keeps the name, and I'm like, I don't think either one of us want to give up the name. I don't think I want to do that. Like the ultimate throwdown of like.
Yeah, your Instagram name is just Ebon_Hand MTG, right, Dad?
No, I'm just
Ebon Hand.
The Ebon Hand. It's no spaces or anything. Ooh. So
and then I got
Ebon
there
first. I did get there first, but the Ebon Hand OG actually played before me. I don't know. debate that we probably can't settle today. But
and then the Ebon Hand is like a Norwegian black metal band that like kills like
There before
cows
all
and
of us,
shit,
yeah.
and like they like sacrifice goats to like to worship magic, and we're not on that level.
yeah,
So
I'm
those
not into the
dudes,
goats
those
yet.
dudes
I'm
get to
not
keep
worth
the IG name, but then it was just always, dude. This has been a conversation for so long.
Yeah, we're
Unlike
like, who's
because we didn't know who you were. We're like, dude, the Ebon Hand OG exists. And like, like is
who
he
is
the
this
crew?
guy? And then
We don't know.
it ain't long until he's like freaking cooler than me because he's like doing more shit and he's like everywhere. Like, God damn it! Like this guy's killing me.
I've now got a mansion for us to come play Magic in.
Yeah,
You want to come the night before? Come on down the night
tournament
before.
in
We're having this
Castle.
badass party before.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, I don't know what to do with this. It's been a real dilemma. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We might have to figure this out another day. But
And to be fair, I think that it was only like literally it was like 2 weeks after we had came up with like our crew name. We're like, we're gonna be the Ebon
yeah,
Hand.
I know.
And then it was like
It's a good name.
people you might know on Instagram, the Ebon Hand OG. I'm like, well, this must be one of my friends. I'm like, where the I don't even know who the hell you are, dude. It's great, dude. It's no, but here's the thing. You're kind of our enemy, so be prepared to get stomped on at the Thrasher Bash.
Oh, I'm
Because
bringing
we
some
might
hate.
look friendly, but dude, we are going to come bloodlusted, dude.
I'm
We're
bringing
taking
some
the
hate
first
to my own
prize,
tournament.
first blood. We're taking second place, third place. You got a fourth place? Have you drawn that yet? We're taking that
what?
too. All right, we're
Yeah,
coming
there's
through. All right.
There's a top 4. There's a special
is there a
prizes for the
14th place or something? You should make
14th
some
place.
really weird ass like like.
I kind of thought of like doing Lost Soul and making it for like last place or making it for like,
Do
like the
it.
people that didn't follow the registration instructions, but I don't want to be mean, so I'm not gonna do that. But I thought that would be kind of funny if like the Lost
You
Soul
should
was
do
like
like a 16th place tournament or whatever. Like whatever the dead middle is. That
Right in
should
the
be a
middle.
prize.
yeah, because right now we've got about I think like 28 registered, so there's I think about like 12 open spots or so. So I think we might get a few more by that time. So like we're closing in on the cap, which is surprising. I'm really excited that people are coming because when I started, I'm like, oh man, I hope people come to this thing.
Well, I'll try to get this podcast out tomorrow. We'll get our tens of listeners. A couple of them might show up. I don't know. So
Oh, that's awesome.
maybe we'll
Yeah,
help.
no, I will send you my wall deck too. I'll send you a picture since we were talking about those. Maybe that's how we settle the name is we play our wall decks against each other.
God, could there be a worse
Actually, I think I sold all my gravity
decks?
spheres.
Oh, wow.
All right, there it is. I sent it to you.
Okay, I got it right here. Can I share it?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Sure.
sure. All right, let's check out the wall deck. Ooh. Oh, onks. That's tough. All right. How are you stopping? You don't have any martyrs in here. It's like a good martyr deck.
It's like a lot of life gain from just Diamond Valley and
Yeah.
the fountain did enough. I mean, I didn't really take that much damage from anything else because if I got the walls out in time, it pretty much shut them down. If they were able to beat me out faster with like a fast kind of bigger creature than I lost, like I lost to like some dibs that got berserked when I couldn't get my wall of swords out, getting mind twisted and stuff. But yeah, it worked surprisingly well. I was just trying to make something a little bit gnarly, use some kind of strange cards like cleansing, eye for an eye, healing salve, stuff that people usually don't kind of play in a tournament.
This is my kind of deck right here. Healing Salve is amazing. I think we're gonna get them to sponsor our podcast. Actually, they've been talking to them about. I mean, they're running a really good deal right now for one white. They'll prevent 3 damage, which is pretty nice. It's a good special they're running. So we're gonna see if we can get them to sponsor. Oh, and Castle. Ooh, yeah, I love this deck. I'll be honest.
It was pretty fun. It was one of the most fun decks I think I played this year that I made.
Spear. Ooh, you got good stuff here, dude. Oh. That why am I drawing a blank on that card right there? The
Blaze of Glory.
Blaze of
It's one of
Glory.
my
Yeah,
one
I
of my
tried to make that
favorites.
work so hard. It's such a
It never works. It never works. I want to do it with like a Boo Jafar. That's always my goal is to try to.
Ooh.
It never happens for me, but I'm never going to give up hope that one day I will make that ultimate combo.
Yeah, this is I gotta give you a award for this if I could. Some gravity sphere and land walls. So good. Oh, love it.
Damn, I was gone, dude, but yo, that's mono white, so I was hooked on that deck. I play only mono white as hard as I can, so that deck looks sick, dude.
Yeah, you got some. Yeah, I'm always up against some mono white nonsense.
Me and my dad, I play against my dad. I just play test my dad, so my sideboard's like 15 cards against him, and it never ends up working. Like always, like in the last fucking place.
Yeah, we'll probably play against each other every time. Never fails.
Oh, he's
Nice.
going
Well,
down,
yeah.
dude.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good tournament for sure. So I'm really glad you guys are able to come up and play. You know, it's gonna be sweet.
All right. Well, before we wrap up, do you guys want to do a quick top 5? First one I'm looking at is the top 5 best butts in old school. So we're doing a little research, trying to figure out what the best butt is, and let me start with just some like honorable mention ones. All right. So. So yeah, it's a Goblin Grenade. This guy's got a pretty ripped. Hang on, let's find the right one. Not that one, obviously. So honorable mention. I mean, this guy's probably packing a pretty good butt shot on his whatever it is he's doing.
Oh man, you got to go for some of those Quentin Hoover arts, man.
Yeah. So these are just honorable mention ones, real quick. So,
but yo, dude, that dude's squatting like 600 plus, dude. He is jacked.
Yeah, and Gwendolyn's starting to show a little bit, but you know she's not really doing it.
Dude, she eats way too much soy, dude. Very, very, flobby. Yeah, Gwendolyn thinks she's hot, but she ain't.
This poor creature that was captured by the Ebon Predator, you know, not really, you know, not really into that. But then what was it else that I have? Oh, Earthbind was also.
Yeah, that's at least
kind
a
of
chick,
a classic,
at least
you know,
a girl.
but yeah,
that's at least a female. I'm gonna say Earthbind's the hottest butt. Can you show me?
Well, these are all honorable mentions. So let me get to the real stuff here, and this is where I have a lot of trouble trying to actually sort things out. So I think a reasonable 4th place or 5th place would be the Marsh Goblins.
Gas, dude. Okay, Marsh Gas. So you're talking about butts.
Yo, yeah, I mean, this guy has a tail.
Gas.
So
it's on the butts, dude.
So
you gotta go rating party.
Yeah, rating party's up there. So I'm thinking Marsh Goblin's good 5th place. He's got a tail. He's freaking weird.
He's strong, dude. I don't know.
4th place, probably Holy Light. Hang on. Let me see here.
Drew Tucker, dude, coming in.
Yeah.
This old man butt he's like got the humility aspect to him, very holy. This butt, he does not care. He does not care about the way his butt looks. He cares about his like faith in destroying anything that's not holy, dude. That's a holy priest.
I'm gonna give Drew, you know, number 4 butt in old school.
Yeah, that's an old saggy priest butt, dude, and he's getting it.
Yeah, he don't mind. He's running for this door, whatever the hell he's doing naked. He don't care. He's getting it. I mean, he's at it.
A lot of people that play mono white, they just think, you drink beer so that you don't commit awful things. You just get drunk with your family, have a good life. That's kind of the holy light feeling I'm getting. He's got like a real nice butt. He's just kind of like, I'm content with like my thick butt. I'm gonna get drunk, not do nothing too wrong. I'm holy.
He's skinny, though. You can see his ribs in the back though. This guy's not been eating much. I mean, this guy's
he's been fasting, but dude, it's going to his butt, dude. Yeah,
it is all going to his butt. He's eating a lot of carbs, probably.
Drew Tucker's holy butt's looking, dude, pretty holy and pretty thick.
All right, so here's my top 3, and this is where it gets
3. Holy shit.
Yeah, so the Basalt Thrall. Hang on, let's find it. Not that one. Not that one.
That dude's probably got a thick butt though. The one all tied up.
Hang on. Let's find it.
Get up on the.
I'm looking for it. Hang on. God bless. It's got to be this one. There we go.
Whoa, dude.
So this is a pretty tough butt. I mean, obviously Butterface. I mean, the face is hideous, but if you just see that button like a tight cut, it's not that bad of a butt, really.
Look how he's in good shape. Like his legs and his everything about him is like healthy. Like he's very thin, but his butt is thick.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think he's been doing squats. I think he's doing the right kind of Pilates and stuff. So I hope you're paying attention to this, guys, because we got to vote on the top three. So we got Basalt Throw. Obviously, the elephant in the room is Wrath of God.
Yeah, Wrath of God.
Yeah, the Wrath of God butt is probably the most famous,
legendary.
obviously.
It's very legendary.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's he's a pale version of Raiding Party.
Yeah, it's very similar to Raiding Party.
It's Conan. Like, I mean, he's like the most perfect barbarian. The only thing that could put him down was God. He fell down. Oh my gosh.
So you got Raiding Party. So all right, so
it's a double. Raiding Party is a double.
I can't draw a line. So all right, we gotta put him in order here.
Why has he got such a long butt flap? He has no balls hanging that low. He was trying to trick.
You don't need him.
He's faking it, dude. He's on
flexing so hard right now, though. But even his buddy's flexing. This is a double butt. It might be hard to beat Raiding Party, honestly.
Raiding Party, they're all on steroids. They're all on peds, dude. They have no balls. If they had any balls, they'd be hanging. They've taken way too many steroids.
Or they're super like, I don't even want to go there, but maybe they're just really erect right now. It's like not in the photo, I hate to bring it up.
The butt flap is just like, it was actually longer, but like the boner has pushed the butt flap up more.
Yes, exactly. That could be what's going on. So I don't know. We could email Quentin to get an update and see what he thinks, but
orcs do steroids though, dude. That's like kind of the thing, right? Like orcs definitely do steroids, tiny balls, big butts, very thick legs. Man.
So all right, well it's time to vote, folks.
I've got my mind decided, dude. That's an easy choice for me.
Hang on.
Out of those three, come on.
Why can't I get? There we go. Yeah, these are the three we're looking at. Disregard that over there, but hang on.
But you picked, dude. Obviously, Earthbind. Okay, so Earthbind was first place, but it's so
yeah. But that's for other reasons or whatever.
That's too obvious.
Too obvious.
As a girl. What the fuck is this that you got us on, dude? We got to judge a thrall, a barbarian, or two orcs.
I'm not saying that they're for any. I don't even understand why. I'm just best butt. I don't know.
I wish you guys could see the face my wife just gave me, because she is so fucking confused what the hell I'm talking
about. As to be expected. All right, Steven, let's get your votes, buddy. You've been quiet. You've been studying these. You're an artist. Give us your time.
I gotta go with Wrath of God.
Wrath of God number one.
Wrath of God.
Who gets second? They're all smooth shaven.
Yeah, hit us up with 1, 2, and 3. What's second place, and why?
We've stumped him.
I don't know. Wrath of God is just like there. It's.
I think it's a good solid number one. It's probably my number one. I mean, if I'm going to die and God has unleashed on us, I might drop my pants. I'll be honest. Might happen.
Number two for me is gonna be the Thrall.
The Thrall?
Yeah, because he is just putting it out there. Like, look at me, motherfucker.
He don't care. All right,
the Raiding Party is just kind of like a oh shit moment. Like, I mean, compared to that verse, the Thrall was just like, look what I got, He
didn't know the photographer was back there, honestly. He was busy.
Exactly.
All right, my vote's aligned perfectly with Steven. I don't know. All right, Dave, you're a guest. What do you think?
I go with Raiding Party. It's a 2 for 1. And
call.
I think like you got 2 in there. So then I'd probably put the Thrall second, because that's a crazy contortionist move. And Wrath of God is too obvious. That's the one that everybody knows besides Holy Light. So Yeah, it's classic, but I'm gonna go with
Well
a
said, well
rated
said.
party. Also a Hoover though, both Hoover arts.
Yeah, Hoover likes his butts.
All right, guys,
Gotta
I gotta
respect that.
thank you very much for having me on, but my time is up.
Yep, and that's the end of it, man. I guess we're gonna have Eric vote, but I don't know if it matters on the best button. We'll call it a night.
Well, we're gonna kick you off. I don't want you to know what I think about the best butt on these three cards, just so that when I beat you at the next tournament, you're not judging me too hard on what butt I think is the best of the three Magic cards you got to select from. I'll kick you out of here, out of the podcast before I vote. Can't wait to win your tournament, my man. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna get a solid like 12th
for sure.
place. 12th
Yeah, I
place.
do appreciate you putting it together. I know they're a lot of work and they're a lot of effort, and I'm excited. I'm sure it'll be a good time for everybody. So we do appreciate it a lot, man, and thanks for hopping on here. So
Yeah, thank you for having me on, and thanks for registering. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks up in South Bend. It's gonna be awesome.
I do a
Can't
quick
wait.
recap event one of these nights or something after it's all done, see who wins or what takes down some stuff. So
Yeah, would you
Sure.
do that? Like join like a later podcast in like a week
Yeah.
after the event or something?
Yeah,
Sick.
sure. Just reach out. That's awesome. Sure.
all right, we'll have the butt decision settled by then, probably. But
All right. Yeah, expect a full
Ooh.
update. All right. Well, thank you guys very much.
thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Cheers.
All right,
Man,
Eric, down to you, man.
man, I don't. What a sweet guy Dave was, and I ain't trying to get too gay, but obviously, the best butt belongs to Basal Thrall because of how much he's been working on it. Look at that dude. You don't just get that. You're not born by that. The dude had to like go to the gym like so much to get that butt, dude. Maybe it's not the butt you want, but it's the butt he wanted.
Well,
He
the
had
other thing that
trained to get that
I
butt, dude.
I've been trying not to talk about is he has like pox, like, right? I mean, he's got like a skin condition.
No, he has a too much testosterone busting through. He's like having to go through. He's eating such a good diet. He's focusing so much on his body. His testosterone from eating just so much good food is just causing acne again.
Causing his hair to grow like crazy. Yeah, he got a little acne. Yeah, you're right. All right.
Yeah, he's just like the oils of like life busting through him, dude.
All right. Saul throw wins.
I mean, I think Basal Throw, like, dude. I mean, man, like if it's like such like a pickup move. He's being like a horn dog, dude. He's like going to the bar as like kind of a fuck boy. Like, look, you've been with other guys before, but have you been with a guy that's done this before?
Have
And
you
he
ever
put
seen
and
a guy do this?
his nose drops down a foot past his face. He puts
Yeah,
his
you know
leg
what he's trying to portray
down,
with that. Yeah.
and he's like, "My diet is so pure. I've lived off nothing but raw eggs and raw milk for the last 5 months that I can now lift my freaking legs." It's like Marilyn Manson, right? He like had like surgery to like do that. Like Marilyn Manson, like you become a millionaire and you like want to kind of get as good at like yoga as Basal Throw. His butt is pristine. No amount of money. Like, Dad, you and me, we win the lottery for $50 million. What do? We try to get in the fit shape
Yeah.
of Basal Throw.
Try to
But then you
shave our
take
butts
Wrath of God,
and
dude.
learn Pilates like this, learn yoga.
Wrath of
I
God has a
agree.
better butt for more of like a scoundrel, poor fool. You take somebody like Conan, a slave, loser barbarian whose parents were killed right in front of his eyes. What's he going to do? He's going to hit the gym way too hard. He's going to get way too jacked. Nobody cares about that way too jacked physique, dude. It's like, dude, what are you doing? How much steroids you doing, man? Like, Arnold, come on, chill. Like, we get it that your butt is like way too big. Wrath of God, the butt, too much steroids. Basal Throw, he's been hitting the gym way harder. Natural, natty.
Natural winner.
Yeah, the natural winner, Basal Throw.
Good call. Good call. All right,
Wrath of God's
guys.
a better card though. So unfortunately,
Maybe.
like I'm playing Wrath of God and Holy Light in the deck that I'm going to this tournament with. So
Should we I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta drink 2 beers and they're killing me.
Yeah, take a piss. I want to talk to Steven because he's been so
talk
quiet.
to Steven
Right.
for a minute. I'll be right back.
This is a quiet Steven. What the fuck's going on, man? So you're traveling around, wanting to play old school as much as you can, but you gotta cut down trees because you hate green so much. What's the problem with that?
I love green, man. I gotta work with guys on helping them cut down trees.
Yeah, so you cut down trees for a living. You are Ernum Jin, flying through just like literally like every time you try you like tie a rope to a tree, you feel like Ernum or what?
I'll be honest, my entire Magic collection has been bought from cutting trees.
Dude, I feel that way all the time. I feel like that's kind of like a real feeling in life. Like it's definitely powerful. That's why I like white so much. Like sometimes I'm just like, dude, personal incarnation, like that dude is like jacked. I need to like go to the I'll be like wanting to give up at the gym and be like, dude, what's 5 more minutes? Personal incarnation hit that. He hit 30 more minutes. I can afford 10. I can afford 5. So you're kind of like Ernum, dude. You're the real life Ernum. That's how you feel.
In a sense.
I know too much about like your favorite cards and stuff like that. So tell us about your obsession with the color green, dude. It's not an obsession, but like it kind of really is because you live it. Like you're out in the woods every freaking day.
I don't know, man. It's like, so when I first got into Magic, like many moons ago, like, so how this happened was I was at like the town mall because that was like the thing, man. You had the arcade, pocket full of quarters, like grandma drops you off, see you in a few hours, look at some tail. That's how it worked. So right beside the arcade, like I'd go in there and play like Cruising USA and Pac-Man and shit. You know, that was cool. But next door they opened a card shop and I was like, what the fuck is this? So I stumbled over there one day and I seen like these elves and I was like, those look fucking dope. Like, what is this game? And so the first card that I laid eyes on was Eladamri, the Lord of Leaves.
Oh
and I was
shit!
like,
Really?
That's
so
cool.
That's like a taps
Yeah.
ad for each forest you have. Is that what the card does?
No, it's 2 green. It gives all elf Shroud.
That's what it is. But it taps to do something else, right?
No, I don't think so.
No?
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Since I've seen
Yeah,
that card.
dude. I can't.
Somewhere.
It's a newer card. It's newer, but it's like it's not really newer. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I know what artwork you're talking about though.
Yeah. But so anyway, fast forward a little bit. So now I got this pocket full of quarters once a week. I'm going to the arcade to hang out. And I'm taking half my quarters and buying a few cards each week. So I finally got enough to make like a deck. And I didn't even know how to play the game. I just had a fat stack of green elves. Each elf was different. So it's like, hey, we're having an event Saturday. Like, cool, I'll be here. So I show up not knowing a thing. And the dude who owned the place was really cool, man, because I sat down to play and I didn't even have basic lands in this deck. All I had was a stack of elves. I didn't know how to play. I just liked the cards.
No lands in your deck.
I swear. So he hooked me up, gave me some forest, and like taught me how to play like the basics, like very basics. So that's what I had, man. I had a deck of like 120 cards. All of it was different elves and forest. And somewhere in middle southeast Kentucky, there is a rubber band holding that deck together. If I find it, like I will happily show it on stream because I've been looking for it constantly.
Imagine
But
finding that.
anyway,
Yeah.
I'd
I
prefer to
would
find
love to.
those 4 unlimited volcanic islands, but still, that'd be cool.
You can't put a money cost on the nostalgia. Come on, that's if you could put a money amount on nostalgia, this game would be dead. Nostalgia is what's bringing this shit together. People don't care about the money. Like, yeah, I'll gladly spend $2,000 to just fucking feel like I was 9 years old again. So you got just 120 just straight up elves. Like
What time frame was that? When did you get it back? When was that like?
It was like just before the like weird frame transition. So it was probably like 2011, 2012. So I wasn't
the
around for like
best.
yeah.
the
I
best.
thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really nice once I got basic lands and could actually do something. But
Dude, okay, so like actually what's kind of crazy is I think that we might have like almost, I'm not gonna say we obviously don't have the same story, but like a similar story with like where so when I was younger, dude, the Elvis champion with this artwork, with the artwork of him holding the bow and arrow. Do you remember that artwork?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yo, that shit had me with like the mono green right before like the new frames. Man, like so like I was into goblins and then like the new frame had came out and then they did the new mono green and that's when I kind of switched to green. And I know I've known you've been into green for a while, so that's been because
Yeah, I don't know, man. Something about green cards. Like I just love the like naturistic side of it. Like, but I also play a lot of green and black, a shit ton of green black. So because I also like the grim side of like the grim forest shit is my thing.
yeah, man, the forest
Dark card.
would just grow a tree right on top of your dead body, right? That's what the forest is dark, bro. This is the first time I ever met Steven. It was like I had a Eternal Central real deck, and you had a Wizards deck, and it was just the
Yeah.
last. It was just the dark. What were the three sets in Wizards? I can't remember.
Empires, the dark, and shit, something else.
Homelands, I guess. Yeah,
Homelands, yeah. Dude, I had like my
Homelands,
real
Dark Fallen Empires, yeah.
I had like my real like all 5 Power 9. Like I had all the Power 9, all 5 Moxes and everything. You just beat me with your like green black deck, and I'm like, yo, this dude loves the color green, and I ain't gonna be able to beat that. I like it was like a real deck. I'm playing Serendibs and freaking Ancestral Recall, and you just crushed me. I'm like, oh shit, this dude loves the
Dude,
color.
I was on that color scheme for a long time. Like green and black was just my shit.
And then you told me that for
like,
a living, you cut trees down. I'm like,
yeah.
damn, you're in the woods all day long.
Well, ironically, that's like how I got the Earthworm Gem thing from a deck I made, like with Worms of the Earth and Urnum Gens, and somebody called it out, like, dude, that's Earthworm Gem. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it and run with it. That's mine. I'm coining it.
Dude. Kumite, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like we need to do an Earthworm Gin episode anyhow. So I heard the other day that like the longest like recorded podcast was only like 36 hours. You know, I feel like if we gathered everybody from old school and just did like 3 consecutive days, it'd be the funniest fucking thing. That the world record for podcasting was like Old School Magic the Gathering.
Yeah,
It would be so fun to be
all
like,
of us hop out. Welcome to your new host. We've got Patrick as the new host or something. Yeah, that would be.
yeah,
sweet.
you just tap out, go to bed. You just have like a revolving, like 3 days of nonstop people talking about Earthworm Gin and.
All right, that shit sounds interesting to you guys. Email us ebenhand@gmail, right? Ebenhand@gmail.com.
Ebenhand@gmail.com. Yeah.
If you want to be in this podcast for the world's longest podcast, not only the world's
It'd be so great. Like
longest
no
MTG
sponsors,
podcast.
no one cares. The subject that no one gives 2 shits about. You're like, oh.
Yeah, we're getting like 100 views a podcast. So if you want to make the world's longest like Guinness World Book Records for 100 people, hit up that email, and that would be us knowing that you would want to do it. Because yeah, we would just need a couple people that would want to do like an hour and a half, right?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, just like
think
every
we
day,
need-
just
we need 30
like
people.
6 hours for like a week, just nonstop, just a continuous podcast for 7 straight days.
I think
we could do that easily with Magic.
Kind of fill in the time gaps.
Because yeah, I mean, I know that like either me or you, Dad, would hop in at like the end of the night to like keep that knot dying and just keep it going.
Right, yeah. You just keep coming back to it or whatever. But I mean, 36 hours, that's nothing, dude.
I feel
like
like
it probably has to be like one person consecutively talking or some nonsense. But
and I don't know.
This sounded funny to me.
To me personally, with like how you and me, Dad, we're both very busy. I know Steven's freaking busy as hell, like traveling the freaking country. Very busy people. In my mind, I thought that like last 2 weeks ago we did like a 3-hour freaking podcast. And I'm like, well, this is going to be the most unsuccessful podcast. That was our most successful one. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I don't think it was that long.
It It was, yeah, it was.
It was a long way. All right. Well,
It lasted till like literally like 11. It went from like, yeah, everyone loved that podcast. So actually, we might have like a ton of luck because people are just like working. Like they got 8-hour work days, doing a long podcast. So maybe we should plan on making it longer. I mean, the problem is we're all drinking beers and we're just having a good time. That like after 2 hours, like, oh shit, I got nothing else to talk about. I've been drinking beers and play Magic. But if we can,
I could go all night, man.
True.
I think we might have scared Dave off with the best butt, but whatever. Still.
No, dude,
fun.
Dave was so interested. You could tell that he was. Dude,
was like,
the look that I saw my wife give me. She was like, "I know you're talking about Magic." His wife, he's only been playing since 2020. I've been playing since like 2009. So his wife was probably like, "Are you really talking about the butts?"
Are you talking butts? What are you watching?
Yeah.
You watching that old 1993 porn again?
Yeah.
Let's pass on the. Just for future thought, we need some top fives. I'm thinking. I know we can do top 5 abs. That's a tough one.
Top 5 most aggressive, angry card. What's the most angry card, dude?
Top 5 women you would marry. There's some tough ones in there because like marriage material. Like I don't know, Shahrazad, is she that? You don't know exactly. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of good top 5s. I feel like we could throw a top 5 in each episode.
Easily. Top 5. Who could save the world? Who could do it?
Yeah. Who would you vote for president? What kind of election year coming up? If you had to vote for an old school Magic player, who would it be? Would it be Angus McKenzie, the greatest peacekeeper ever, or would you just deck in Blackblade and just fucking rule the world? I don't know. These are tough decisions. I like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Kill them all and let God decide. That's what I'm voting on.
Just gonna vote for Wrath of God. I don't know. I'm gonna probably not back that campaign. Really, I mean, it doesn't end well for me.
Dude. I don't know. Yeah, Dak and Blackblade, dude. I think he has like the right idea. I'm kind of like, the more knowledge you have, the more powerful you are. If you're against me, just die. Yeah. Dak and Blackblade president. Yeah, I like that campaign.
Get that drawn, Steven?
You painted that yet? Dak and Blackblade for president.
I've painted like 4 cards since we've been.
I know. Yeah,
on the
I'm about to call tonight. Let's see what have you drawn.
Look at this dude. Yeah. He's a maniac.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that's
the first Secretary of State.
Zira Ann, is that how you say her name?
It's Hillary Clinton, I think.
Thrash Bash. And then a Curd Ape.
Damn.
And then
I'm working some Curd Apes already.
The Soul Singer, dude. Damn. This dude don't sleep. He just doesn't sleep. He just. How do you do that? Because like I try to do it.
Ruining a bunch of bulk to figure it out. So it started out with Sharpies, and then Posca, and then base paint and Posca, and then base paint and acrylics.
You get better with every altar view. I'm telling you, man. I feel like you have hit a peak as soon as you sent that brain geyser the other day, and after that, it's been nothing but like. And I already know that I'm talking to like your freaking mind, because you know that after that brain geyser, you have like, you've gotten like A+ in class. Like, all right, I now know what an A+ in class is like. Let's just repeat that. And I feel like you've just been killing it.
Yeah. So I got real ballsy the other day and painted 2 Moxes.
Dude, but the Mox Ruby is clearly the best.
I saw that. It's pretty ballsy, dude. I'm gonna back you on that. Yeah, that's pretty. I wouldn't do it. I'll be honest, but they turned out good.
It is insane.
I mean, even if they would have turned out bad, I would have still played them. Like, yeah, I fucked these up, but
they're yours forever, whatever. I mean, yeah, there's some other ones out there.
That's the thing.
They're CE, so we'll give them that.
People don't understand that about us. So we're just gonna like, dude, like we should in one episode do a podcast episode where we just like go and like sign our wills. We want our Magic collection to be buried with us. You're like, well, what about the money of it? Well, we don't care about that. It's gonna be destroyed with us. I don't know. I feel like you.
I like Tim Diesel. Hang on, I'm sorry. I'm in the Discord altar page, and Tim the Tool Man is Tim Diesel. That's pretty good.
Dude,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was looking for the Dick Geyser. Have you seen the Dick Geyser that Brossard did? So good.
He did recent, like just this week, the Lord of the Rings altar. That was really sick. And it was only 2 moxes and like 2 other pieces of like powerful cards. Like it was like Wheel of Fortune and like one other like a Soul Ring or something. But
Yeah, I
I'm
need to
not
get a
seeing
hold of him
so.
about my spell blast. So yeah, I contacted Brian Snoddy. I'm like, hey, can you do 4 spell blast? I want to do like 1 balance, 1 lightning bolt, 1 sword to plowshare. And he responded like, I do not understand what you want, nor do I wish to paint them. I'm like, okay, sorry, man. That was like a pretty brief. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But apparently he's not a big Magic player. But I
Yo,
think
why the
Brosser would
fuck?
do it, but he'd charge more. So I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't understand like why a spell blast counting balance like the card.
Yeah, I know. I feel like so I might have to just suck it up and dang, that's pretty nice.
The reason spell blast is counting balance is because it only costs 3 mana to counterbalance. Okay,
Yeah,
listen to me, artist. Listen to me. Costs 3 mana, which I could easily do off of a Mox and a couple land. Okay, I could do this turn 1 or 2. Yo, that looks sick. That's the best mountain.
that is
Obviously,
really
come
nice.
on.
You get the
If you
Arabians.
disagree with me that that's not the best mountain, get out of here.
That's an amazing mountain.
Unsubscribe to the podcast. That's not the best mountain. I'm just kidding.
All 4 of you unsubscribe.
All
Yeah.
4 of my viewers do not watch. Yo, that shit. Like, yo, that looks really good too. I don't know anything about how good that card is in pre-modern, but
Good. Yeah, we're not a very good podcast audience. I mean, just constantly putting stuff on the YouTube feed, but all right, guys. I guess we should call it a night, right?
yeah, totally, dude. I mean, we just got to do it. I think you were talking earlier about maybe doing like once a week and not every other week. I think
I got a
that
bunch
might
of
be.
people that want to be on it, and
Yeah, it's popping off. It's popping off quicker than we even really can like do. So if y'all want to support us and help us out with that, let us know. We've got plenty of people that want to talk about Magic cards, so let's just do it right. And
yeah, I'd like to do a follow up on this event, see who actually like pulls this shit in, and I'm curious what he's looking for the spice side of things, which is interesting.
dude, he was secretive, dude.
He was secretive about it. Yes, I don't know. I don't think I don't feel like I have any inside tracks on.
Yeah, do you have any idea what his Bog Raiders? He's like, well, I do like the card Bog Raiders. Other than that, I won't tell you what the most heavy metal card is in my eyes. Well, little does he know that the most heavy metal card is actually Veteran Bodyguard. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Venom Bodyguard's pretty freaking diesel, dude.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. But yo, you want to tell us? Yo, my mind thinks a lot differently than other people. Yo, let's shout out to Sam, dude.
Yeah.
Man, you want to know a quote? Or we're gonna end off with the Sam quote. There's little good in the world, but the good is worth fighting for. Shout out to my boy Sam Wise Gansey, dude, on that Badlands altar. That was super tight. If everyone thought like Sam, could you imagine the world?
Imagine if I ever had this soul ring.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brassard, could you alter that for every single person that plays old school for us?
Would you mind making like 100 of those for the next tournament, please?
Yeah. Brassard, we see like a couple hundred of your altars.
Oh, Jesus.
What is that?
This guy's
So we
stuff, man.
For the Spotify listeners or whatever, we're just looking at Brassard altars like just flashing through them. Doesn't
Yeah,
even
I'm looking for the Dick guys are just to inspire Steven, but he hasn't seen it. But man,
I think I have seen it.
all
I think
my
it's
boxes are Brossard altars, and I need more. He's a very busy man.
and they're it's expensive to get a card altered by him, but yeah, he's busy.
Freaking
It's like
bargain,
dude's got like the perfect little like niche spot because he's the best. And could you be? But here's the thing: it sucks that you can't get more cards altered by him, Dad. But imagine if he was altering freaking standard cards. So just be thankful you got a few by him, man.
No,
Man,
I mean it's money well spent. I mean, the dude
absolutely.
that has this chaos orb he's my idol, dude. That's so cool.
That is literally just a picture of hell. Yeah, that is Chaos Sword, dude. Just the power of hell melting any card that he looks at.
And
he does basic lands. That's cool. That's actually kind of like a card to get altered by him, like a basic land. Not really.
Desperately trying to find the dick guys are just. I guess I could search for Prosser Dick.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
I don't know. I feel weird
I will
putting
say
that in.
like the best fucking dude ever, but special shout out to MG Alters because he fucking killed it on my Wheel of Fortune.
Oh,
that's so
seriously?
cool.
You have a
Yeah, it
picture
is
of
an
it?
amazing wheel.
Oh, you did the Gandalf, right?
Yeah, Gandalf is walking up to Bilbo's.
It's got like Bilbo's house is the wheel, right? It's like this little.
Discord for the Altered channel, you can see it.
That is
Like
cool,
you did
man.
a great job.
That is a really cool altar for real.
I got this cradle.
Damn, there's Bilbo's house right there.
It's Bilbo's house in the cradle.
Actually, I was playing EDH at the time and like Legacy, so I didn't get an old card altered this way, but I had like a green white like newer dual land altered. It was Bilbo's house, and it said like, "Do not contact except for party business," and it had like me and my wife's wedding date on it. So we've all got Lord of the Rings altars. And yo, shout out the new Lord of the Rings freaking TV show kicks ass. That has been awesome.
Yeah, I'm loving it, dude.
Dude, it rules. My favorite character is by far Black Dwarf wife. Yo, what a sweet.
Oh, you like her? I like the elf, dude. The elf dude's pretty cool, but yeah, the wife is amazing.
I actually looked up her actress's name and followed her on Instagram. I'm like, I just like you as a person. I just like the way that this person talks as a person. And I like that girl. She's like making her husband's favorite food. Standing like, dude, yeah, she's like the perfect dwarf. Like, but yet she's powerful. She's like, oh yeah, like I'm a sweet wife, but yo, you want to fuck with me? I like that chick a lot.
Yeah, she's good, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely my favorite character so far.
Games, Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor.
Is she in that?
No, but Celebrimbor is.
Okay, so the dwarf prince is, but not the dwarf princess.
No,
I gotta think for the dwarf princess, not the dwarf prince. My bad. I can't play the game. I want. Is there a game with the dwarf princess? I'm just kidding. She should have a beard though.
Dude,
if she had a beard, that'd be like right on with Tolkien, right? Like dwarf ladies. Because if you remember in like The Hobbit, he's like, "Look at my wee lads," and like Legolas looks at these pictures. He's like, "Is that your wife?" He's like, "That's my son." He's like,
yeah.
He's like, "Is that your son?" He's like, "No, that's my wife." Because it's like got a beard. The words are supposed to, like the chicks are supposed to have beards, but I don't know. I thought the actress that played that character, dude. She got like them like golden eyes, dude. Yeah, she looks sweet, dude. That show kicks ass. And we're all watching it, right? You're watching it too, Steven?
Oh yeah, that's why I was asking about the games. Like if you played the Shadow of War and Mordor games, like Celebrimbor, the Elven Smith is in those games, and you know his backstory.
Damn, the Smith is that made all the rings. Damn, I'm not watching that. You told me to, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna actually download this game," and I haven't yet. Oh, is that your Mox right there, Dad?
That's my Mox there, yeah.
I need to watch that, honestly, Steven, because I did not know that they have more story on like who's making the rings and all that.
Oh yeah, there's like all kinds of shit out there, man.
Have you guys all watched all 4 episodes?
I came up short on the last one. I'm probably gonna finish this like after I'm got like 15 minutes of the last one.
What's your favorite episode, Dad? Or sorry, what's your favorite character?
I like the not being the black elf dude is like super cool because he's just always like got it together no matter how crappy life is or whatever. I like that.
calm and collective. Like,
Yeah, he's just always calm.
Because
Always
he's probably like 600 years old, right?
Yeah.
Oh, more violence. Okay. Let me look at that.
Yeah, I like him. I like who's the dwarf? Actual dwarf that breaks rocks with him. He's pretty badass too.
Yeah, he's badass.
Like he's finding mithril.
I know. Could you say in your own mind when they're like talking about the metal they found? They're like, I found this
like,
metal.
is this mithril?
And I said that in front of Taylor, and she's like, "Why are you such a nerd?" I'm like, "It's freaking dude. What do you mean? That's not even nerdy. Like that's just common sense. Like, come on. I'm not that nerdy." What's your favorite character, Steven? What's your favorite character so far?
So I got two perspectives on this. So my favorite character is kind of the same one as Brian's. That dude, that elf's a badass. But I am very intrigued by the stranger.
That's Gandalf.
You think that's Gandalf?
Yeah, because he gets in love with like Gabrielle or whatever her name is.
Yeah, he's into
because in the Hobbit,
the hobbits. That's why he loves the hobbits. I don't know. What do you think, Steven?
That blonde-haired elf is the same girl that like has been in Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. She's in those movies. She's got the ring. She can like talk like telepathically. Like, I know you have the ring. That's her.
That whole show is scattered with characters from other like sagas in the Tolkien franchise. Like,
so far, just
that's
elves,
what I was saying.
Because elves live for so long. Elrond and Gabrielle or whatever. Yeah.
You got to play those games, or at least watch the storyline.
You're right. You've been playing the games. I need to watch it, honestly. Dude, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to listen to the storyline on those games because I want to play those games and I'm going to, but I don't have enough time because like there's 2 hours of freaking TV shows coming out now every Friday on that shit.
Yeah. That's the one good benefit about the hotel traveling for work stuff. I get a lot of like card time and game time. Is there any shit else to do?
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, man. I hate hotels so bad. And I'll do well.
Yo, but shout out to our boy Ador, dude. That freaking goth boy, emo boy. That's the father god of the orcs. That dude's cool as hell. Dude, like if I was gonna just like if like my wife dies and like nothing in my life works well and everything is just sorrowful. So just so much sorrow in my life. I'm gonna become the father of the elves. That dude is like so like that like perfect, well kept goth dude. Yo, Ador is pretty fucking cool. Kind of down with Ador. He's got a lot of sorrow that like you feel bad for him, but at the same time you're like, damn, you're cool as hell.
All right, guys, let's call it. Let's call it a night. Another episode in.
But yo, do you guys want to talk about Lord of the Rings any longer? I'm just kidding, yo.
I know.
I'm just joking, dude.
I feel so bad because like, there's like professionals that like devote their lives to this shit, and they're picking up like 5,000 things I'm not even seeing. I'm so out of touch on all that.
Yeah, we're not those people, but yeah, for sure, excellent episode for sure. Steven's kept quiet on his deck tech for the whole tournament. He's gonna win. Everybody, welcome Steven, the winner of freaking.
He's running Earth Raiders, the Bloodlust, obviously.
Hesh bash, dude. That's what I'm calling it right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hesh bash.
Little Earth Raiders, Bloodlust, Fork deck. I think is the way to go.
I have a deck in mind, but if I can pull it off, I'm gonna alter every fucking card in it and then take it.
We're gonna really leave that early. Or we're gonna try to go up the night before.
Let's go the night before. Yeah, that sounds sick.
I don't know. I may actually be in that area.
Yeah, you might be able to just meet us there, right? I'll get us hotel rooms or whatever if you guys are cool with it. I feel like it'd be a lot more fun to get up there.
Dude, don't worry about it.
They are putting together a night before events.
Give me the floor, the bathroom, freaking floor. I'll sleep there. You don't gotta buy me a room or nothing. And I'll roll up in there with 2 hours of sleep and get 15th place. Watch me.
Nice. Right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for whatever happens. Night before sounds sweet. Wow. D-Lord, dude. D-Lord.
Yeah, Daryl, that's the costume. I'm gonna wear that one up there.
Wow, look at that tongue. Wow.
All right, we're calling it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
My
Big
boy
shout out to
Lupo, dude. Yo. Yeah, dude. That and on a solid note. Everybody sleep tight, knowing they don't have a dare lore as tight as that. All right.
Yeah, that is a tight freaking dare lock. All right, later, dudes. Get some rest.
See you, man.
See
Yeah,
ya.
see you in the morning, Dad. Later.
Later.